Alright, hi. Mr. Ko here again, and today's topic that we're going to cover is dividing polynomials. And our goal for today is we're going to divide polynomials, and we're going to use a strategy that you've used before, which is long division. Okay, and our California standard we're going to cover today is Algebra 10 and 12. Something that you might want to kind of keep in mind is that when you're using long division for polynomials, when you're dividing polynomials by using long division, it is similar to the division of whole numbers. So just like what you see here, and the steps and the basic steps that we've done here, since you were 4th or 5th grade, that you've done this, are the same exact steps that you're going to use for when you're using long division and dividing polynomials. So let's go ahead and just keep this in mind when you're dividing. Let's start on the first one. Alright, so here you have a trinomial here. It looks like a quadratic, and then we're going to divide that by 3b. So the first step that we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and put into long division form. Make sure you change, I put standard form by accident, so we'll go ahead and change that to long division form. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this where I have 3b, long division form, 21b squared plus 18b plus 24. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and take this and divide this into the first term. Now, 3b goes into 21 7 times, and of course the b goes into that 1 time as well. So you need to have 7b. And notice that I put 7b on here, okay? Because we're kind of aligning everything else that we have. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 3b times 7b. That gives me 21b squared, which now I'm able to subtract. And again, same rules apply as you did with whole numbers. You're going to subtract these two terms together, and then you're going to bring down the next term. So here I have 18b. Now, what can I multiply to 3b to get 18b? Well, the answer here is going to be, 6. So, and it's going to be a positive 6. I'm going to add 6 to it. So here I have this. I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3b by 6. I'm going to have 18b minus 18b, and then bring down my next term. So here I have 24. Now, I cannot divide 3b into 24, so this is my remainder. Okay? If you have any remainders, then you're going to go ahead and do like what you did with the whole numbers, and you're going to place the remainder as your numerator and then keep this as your denominator. So I'm going to rewrite this answer. So it's going to be 7b plus 6, and then it's going to be plus 24 over 3b. You could probably simplify this a little bit more. This could probably be 8, and then you could have a b right there. Okay? So the answer is going to be 7b plus 6, and then here's your remainder, 8 over b. Alright, any questions on that part? Make sure that you do ask when we get back to class. Alright, so let's go ahead and try another one. So let's go ahead and take now a polynomial, a quadratic again. We're going to go ahead and divide this by a binomial this time. The first time we did this, we only did it with one term. This one we now have 2 terms. So same thing here, long division format. So let's go ahead and take a minus 6, and then it's a squared minus 8a plus 12. Now, the thing that you need to worry about here is that you now have 2 terms that you have to multiply with to the factor that you have up here. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, our main goal here is to get rid of the first term so that we can bring down the rest. So what can I multiply to this in order to get my first term? And all we're worried about is the first term. Don't worry about getting rid of that second one, just that first one. So if you notice, I'm going to go ahead and multiply an a to this in order to get rid of that. So here I'm going to go ahead and write down a. Since I'm going to take this, just like in whole numbers, you're going to take this times this. A times this is going to give us a squared. Don't forget, you're going to distribute that to the negative 6. So it's negative 6a. And once again, you are subtracting. Now remember, you are now subtracting not just one term, subtracting 2. So here, a squared minus a squared, that gives me 0. But don't forget, here you are taking a negative 8a, or a minus 8a, and you are subtracting a negative 6a. So that in turn, if you use integer rules, you're actually adding 6a to this. So the answer comes out to be negative 2a. Alright, and then let's go and bring down this next term, plus 12. So what can I multiply this with in order to get rid of my answer right here? So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I understand I need a negative 2 here. So if I go and do a negative 2, that gets rid of this part right here. So minus 2a, and then negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. Now again, you are subtracting this entire term. So what you're really doing is you're taking this, subtracting it, so you now have 0. No remainder. Your 0 is your end, so that is your answer, a minus 2. Alright, let's try another one. This time let's try one with a remainder. And this one is, again, dividing a quadratic divided by a binomial. And let's go ahead and set this up. We now have y minus 3. Divide that by y to the second power plus 3y plus 2. Alright, and once again, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we can look at this, the first term of each, and make sure that that is the term that we're trying to get rid of. So we're going to subtract it here. So I need to multiply this by y in order to subtract y squared. But don't forget, I have two terms, so I have to go and take the y times this, which give me this, take that times this, which is going to give me... Now let's go ahead and subtract this out. So here, here I'm going to subtract this out. This gives me 0. Here I'm going to add this out, so this gives me 6y plus 2. And again, why did this become an add? Is because you had 3y subtracting a negative. In order to subtract a negative, integer rule means if you have your double negative here, it becomes a positive, or I'm sorry, it becomes an add problem. So you are adding the opposite, so it's 3 plus 6, I'm sorry, 3 plus 3 gives you 6y plus 2. And again, that's your next new term. You're going to try to get rid of it. So in order to get rid of that, I'm going to go ahead and add 6 right here. By adding 6, I can now take 6 times y, which is going to give me 6y, which is our goal. Then 6 times that is going to give me negative 18. So now subtract it all. This becomes nothing, becomes 0. Positive 2 minus a negative 18 gives me a positive 20. So my answer has a remainder. It's a remainder of 20, so let's rewrite it. It's going to be y plus 6. And then because it's positive, you're going to add 20. And because 20 is your remainder, you still have to put it over the denominator, which is y minus 3. So this right here is your entire answer for when you're dividing by this polynomial by this binomial, and it has that remainder right there. Alright, so for more information or other types of videos like this, please go to www.youtube.com/user/tycodad. Alright, thanks a lot. Bye.